Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. You're at the spot, the place, where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Did you bring your thinking caps? It's time to put them on, because the conversation starts now. All right. Welcome to On the Edge, yes, with April Mahoney and Dovile. I try to get the name right. This is my girl. This is the queen of everything fashion. Thank you so much for coming back on the show. We're about to get updated on the world of fashion, the trends, the tariffs, the drama, the shortage of product, what is really going on so that people are into this industry. They have an idea, and she is on the ground working. She showed us her studio there where she creates all these wonderful things. I'm so excited to have her back. How you doing, Dovile?
I'm doing okay. Actually, I'm doing great.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. Don't be distracted by what's going on in the world, because that's what it's designed to. They're
Yeah.
designed to keep us distracted and keep us all messed up, and then we can't be focused on the good things. So, for my brains that don't know you, tell them a little bit about you and your zone of genius and how you show up in the world.
I show up in the world as a fashion designer, and I'm keeping my ground here. I'm small brand. I'm one woman operation, but I go sleep with the fashion in the mind. I wake up and I'm trying to find out what's going on with fashion, or I just waking up with some great ideas for my new outfits. So basically, I sleep with my sketchbook next to me.
Mm. Right, because that's that creative genius. I'm a poet
Yeah.
and I have my tablet next to me because inspiration seems to happen somewhere between the beta and the theta of the mind. And then you have to do it. And if you lose it, you're like, oh my God, I had an idea and now I can't get back to it. But you have been in this industry for a long time. Where did it all start for you?
I think that it all started when a little bit older than a toddler. I was
Mm,
going with my grandma for her custom clothes fittings. And for me, that was such a fascinating process
mm,
that you can take the flat piece of fabric and just create like a sculpture and dress the person and in the process transform that person. So like, whoa, that is the best thing that can be. And since there, everything I did when I look back or some memories that are coming up, like everything I did, it was somehow connected with the fashion, sewing, making something with my hands, because I really love using my hands. I love using my brain, but I love using my hands.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's creative. My husband can sew, and he taught my daughter how to sew. She is a costume designer for theater. I remember her putting together things, going to Disneyland, watching that. It again, like you said, transforming. And what people have to understand is you wear the clothes. The clothes don't wear you. You can have a basic black dress and put on some bomb accessories, wear a hat, some jewelry, some eyewear, whatever, and it just pops. But you do more than that. You have come up with your own type of fabric, that bubbling fabric. Tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about that.
I think my best ideas are coming when I'm under the stress.
Mm,
So I had this in 2018, I had this invitation to go for filming. There was the show Battle of the Salons, but they were including the fashion. So basically, they are including hair, makeup, and fashion. which is how I see, because it's the whole, you said. It's not just the clothes, it's the whole image.
Mm-hmm.
So I was preparing my collection for that competition. It was my first competition to participate with my clothes, and I'm like, that has to be some kind of edge if I want to win it.
Right.
I have to come up with something, not just go to the store, buy the fabric, and make a gown. And I was looking through wearable art just for maybe inspiration, just to get my mind into that flow. And there was this Japanese jewelry designer. She basically makes jewelry out of very similar bubbles. And that visual, I have like this reoccurring image from again, I go to the childhood, because I think that your foundation and everything is coming from there. And there was this image of a water drop. And I remember I was drawing that water drop forever and ever and ever. And when I saw the jewelry, that little bubble, and that somewhere from her, from subconscious, that water droplet, it just merged. I'm just
Mm.
like, oh my God, this is so interesting. What if I make the outfit completely out of those, I had very, very complex idea.
Mm.
And from there, I started experimenting, and that's how that fabric. But it took me quite a bit to become what is becoming right now.
Well, you are at the top of your game and you say you're doing okay. Brains, she has killed it all around the world. She has been on the big billboard, which I have to say I have been to, uh, Times Square, Fashion Magazine, award winner, Paris runways, and she's a one woman shop. It takes a lot. I think that, again, to whom much is given, much is required. And so you have all this creativity bubbled up inside of you. But you dress these models, and they're not all super skinny models. I love them. It's for the full size, the plus size, but there has really been some challenges, and there is still ongoing challenges. There has been challenges, and there's going to be ongoing challenges. Let's look at the tariffs, getting all of these beautiful, unique fabrics from around the world. What is that going to cost you? Also, the fashion district. I was a big shopper down in the garment district in Los Angeles, and not getting political, but you can't help it when you see ICE hauling everybody away. They're scared to come to work, so they're closing down. Number three, the cost. You used to be able to purchase things wholesale. I would purchase things wholesale. Now you can't get a half a dozen. They want you to get a whole dozen or 3 dozen, or you can't do it. And then the labor, but also the people, the buy through. It's the marketing. It's going to the fashion shows. It's hiring the models and then getting people to purchase your product. Are these some of the challenges that you're facing, Dovile?
Absolutely. Every single one you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I have a suppliers, like ideally when I started this, I really wanted everything to be made in US. And then the reality hit. There are no textile factories in US. There, there are no skilled laborers. It's a shortage. If uh, if you want to learn how to sew, there are no trade schools. You have to learn somewhere. And majority of skilled labor, they are coming from Mexico
Mm-hmm.
in this country.
Yeah.
They're coming from East Europe. They are coming from Turkey. They are coming from Middle East. They're coming from India or China or Philippines. that is the reality of this industry. Now, my suppliers, I came up with like really a cool idea of knitting those reflective, light reflective sweaters. You can, go in the night and you will shine like,
Hmm.
so it's a safety issue, it's a fashion and safety. And they found a supplier and the tariffs hit. And I cannot pay, double or even in some cases quadruple price.
Wow. Because then when it comes to the US, you've got to sell it through.
Yeah,
And people are going to say, okay, well, how trendy is this going to be and how long is that trend going to last? Do I
yeah,
want to spend 250 on one sweater,
yeah.
that I may, wear once or twice? But you know what I do? I do cost per wear. If I get a nice bag or shoes or whatever, I promise myself I'm going to wear it at least 10, 12 times in a row. Change it up before I get rid of it, because there are timeless pieces and classic pieces that you should have in your wardrobe at all times. Those you want to invest in. The trendy stuff, so much, so you have to figure out, was this a good investment for you as a designer, to, put it out there? Is it going to be cost per wear for the person that purchases it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And me as a designer, I do not follow the trends because to be stylish and fashionable, it's completely different territory than being trendy.
Right. I
Because
get you.
fast fashion, with their, run around, they can produce a completely new garment. Their system is really robust. So they can produce a trendy outfit in a week, which for me may take a month
Mm.
of doing the research, making the construction that it's comfortable, wearable, that it reflects what I want to say. It's a lot of work. And I can't, like to say, in that aspect, I cannot even compete with the companies like Shein, H&M, and
Girl, that's
Zara or
me.
whatever, which are routinely stealing, designs from a designer.
That's what I hear. And I'm telling you, that Sheen, yes, I'm a culprit too. I do it. But it's mass produced. And now they've gotten their shipping as well as their return policy, down to a science. You can take it to the UPS and boom, they'll give you
Yeah.
credit right then. It's,
Every single time I go to UPS to send something for my clients, there is somebody with a bag for Shein bag.
it, and they're doing it. And what is it about? I have a friend that wrote a really good book on sweatshops. When you look at the garment industry, for example, like the agricultural industry here, you have people that are laborers, good, honest, hardworking, smart people. Again, I don't know how to sew. If I get a little hem or a button on, girl, I'm raising both hands. But to actually cut a pattern, to design it, to stitch it, to make it fit, to make you feel good. And then if you have to do alterations, that is a skill set. And when you look at these quote unquote sweatshops, they are mass producing these shirts or dresses, what's going on. It's hard to compete.
Yeah.
Who is going to do that? They're not doing that in the US. Trust me.
No,
It's
no,
a lost art. They don't want to do laborious work.
no. Yeah, I'm not economist or anything. I'm not even a specialist, say on the tariffs or any that related. I'm just looking for how this is affecting me and dozens of small or bigger laborers like me who are depending on foreign make fabric foreign educated laborers, we are stuck right now.
Mhm.
I cannot make any big moves because I have no idea, you
Right.
know, what is tomorrow, how it going to look. Am I going to be stuck with a big bill and nothing else,
Right.
or
A lot of
something?
inventory.
Yeah. Or, all my studio full to the brim with the inventory. I cannot, oh, just a
So
lot of.
let's talk about some happier times for you.
Yeah,
Some of
yeah.
your great successes. So tell us some of the last top three fashion shows or articles or magazines that you've been in.
If I will remember correctly. Um, the summer started with Bentonville Fashion Week. It was, mm, that was the first time when I found out where and what the Bentonville is,
Mm.
the headquarters of Walmart. I was kind of lured because the people for Condé Nast was over there. Because the thing is that the fashion shows, there's too much of them, or they have no concept, or
Mm.
there there's like, say I'm in Chicago. Every single day, if I look, there's somewhere a fashion show going on. Is there a real fashion in Chicago? No.
Mm.
Who's watching those runway shows? Friends and family.
Ah.
So you get in the circle is so small that it end up, I notice that I end up in the same circle, always this is wherever you go, the same people, the same everything. I'm just like, that, no, it's
And
not
are they
working for
looky
me.
loos or are they shopping? Are they spending money?
No, they just come, and many times they just come to party.
Mm.
And because there is no like model schools or everything, the model, they don't know how to behave. They put the makeup all over, the zippers are gone, you know after every show I have to mend my garments. I'm like, no, it's not working for me. So it was Bentonville. It was quite a difference.
Mm.
From there I got three publications in Celine, in oh my God, my memory, I know
Oh, no, no,
one.
don't worry about it.
And then there is the Mac magazine, which is coming with an article about me, and with a billboard during New York Fashion Week. And I'm in a fashion publication and a cover and everything. So it's the most important September issue in all the magazines. There's the most important issue.
Well, unless it's Fashion Week in New York, I really don't hear a lot about that here. You hear about it, it used to hear about it a lot. Milan, Paris, Italy. And uh, they have a different clientele because again, they are purchasing classic pieces.
Yeah,
And some of these pieces are so vintage that you can resell them for top dollar.
yeah,
Is there a resale market still for high fashion?
yeah. The art and high fashion, they are considered investment,
Mm.
and the darker side, money laundering.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wow. That's awful.
I hate, when that, for me, the world of art and fashion, it's something sacred.
Right.
So when, the dirt comes in, it's
Yeah.
hurts.
It's tough. It's tough. And so, what would you say to, a young, inspiring fashion designer that really wants to get out there? Would you give them a couple quick tips? Because we don't want to discourage, we want to encourage.
Yeah.
Everything is evolving, but again, it's tough. But what would you say? What would be some advice?
Just stay, don't quit. There are so many bright-eyed, very talented young people. They come into fashion, they produce a collection, and they think, I was one of them, that everything will just happen automatically. Everybody will want to buy everything they are producing and they are good. Nope.
Mm.
But it doesn't mean that you should stop creating. The most important thing is, besides perseverance, find your own voice.
Mm.
Find something that only you can produce and stick to it. Don't go when, what I will say from my mistakes. I thought that, yes, I can design everything. I can design men, I can design babies, I can design teenagers, I can design women, I can design plus size, I can design super skinny size, tall, short, um, uh, coats, swimming, whatever, you name an article I can design. And you waste all that, you spread everywhere.
Right.
But you spread so thin that you are not making any impact.
Mm. Mm.
So just concentrate on one. Like Herrera, Carolina Herrera. She's famous for white blouse.
Right.
Uh, oh my God, I forgot her, Van Furstenberg.
Oh, but
Just,
yeah. Diane von Sebastian.
yeah. So what's her? The wraparound dress. That's it.
Right. Right. But you look at big names, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and you're looking at what they have. And I'll say it, Brain. She doesn't have to say it. I remember there were some Gucci boots that came out, years ago. I worked 2 weeks. And baby, I went in and bought some vinyl boots, vinyl rain boots, because they had the G on them. Wasn't even leather. And I didn't even get the cost per wear. Louis Vuitton comes out with all of these different things. And I think what happens is that people fall in line from the influencers. You see all the celebrities carrying a certain kind of bag, and then you want to replicate that. Well, the replication market is big business too. I know we were in New York. We were right downtown, right in front of Louis Vuitton. You had all of these nice African people with all of these copies of Louis Vuitton bags, the same ones that are in the window, in pillowcases, laid them out, and you could it was so disrespectful. And you could lay them out and you could purchase them there. You know, it's a look. Like I said, the item, you wear the item doesn't wear you. I
No.
am a fashionista when it comes to accessories. I will get a low budget something and I'll pay a little bit more for my accessories, but I get more compliments. You have to put it together. You have to have a style. Sometimes less is more. If you're putting on all this stuff and you see that it's looking kind of convoluted, take something off.
Yeah.
Um, and then we're talking about gender fluidity now. Well, I'm seeing Pharrell and all these other celebrities, and what's his name, Jaden Smith. I don't know what's going on. They're wearing skirts, not kilts. They're wearing skirts and the knee socks and the little boots and the little lace socks and the handbag. That's a big market now. That's a big market. And you don't know how to, again, brains, we don't know how to receive it because it's new to us. But this is where things are evolving to. And there's big money in that because it's respectful of a culture, of a trend. I think it's a trend. I don't know what the staying power is on that. But what are you seeing in the fashion industry when it comes to gender fluidity? Fluidity. Am I saying it right? Fluidity?
Um, I embrace it, because first of all, who am I to dictate somebody how they are feeling inside and how they want to dress. I can suggest something. I can design. I could make the clothes that they're flattering to their physique. Other than that, it's somebody else's. It's the freedom of choice,
Right. Right.
which, we all have given that, and it's the biggest gift we have.
And that's
So the flip coin, you have to also accept the consequences of your choices.
right.
But other than
Right. How
that,
you're going to be received by society.
yeah.
Um, and I get that, but fashion, especially clothing, has always been a freedom of expression for
Absolutely.
individuals. Your hair,
Absolutely.
how you wear your hair, coloring of your hair, the style of your hair, no hair. I mean, a lot of women are going bald now and they look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And so you just, again, it's an individual choice and what makes you feel good in the clothes that you're in. So, you do everything. You do the sketching, you do the stitching, you do the fitting. Wow. Did you have formal professional training?
I have not in a sewing and not even in a fashion design.
Wow.
That's a fun fact about me. Um, I learned to sew from my mom, and I started doing, for a while, she was working as a seamstress. There was this law that every university student, they had to work when she was in the school. So she chose to work in sewing clothes. And then she bought a machine and started sewing my clothes. So as long as I can remember myself, I was in custom clothes.
Mm, wow.
And then when I was teenager, I was just getting patient to wait because my mom has full-time job and chores and everything. So she had for sewing, there's a very little time. And I was growing fast, so many times she finished the clothes and I'm already,
And got caught.
5 centimeters too tall. So
Well,
I'm like, okay, mom.
we had the opportunity to personally meet here and go to lunch here in San Diego. We had a wonderful time. And we went to Hotel Del Coronado and then we went to Del Mar and had food at Jake's. And I really enjoy that. And I like to see the look on your face. I was very observant because everything appeared to be an inspiration for you. When you looked around the Hotel Del, it's like, I could see myself doing a fashion show in here. I remember you saying, when you looked out at the ocean, you could tell the textiles and the waves and the culture of maybe your next fabric. When you looked at the food, oh, this is very interesting. I wonder if. So again, I see the wonderment in you all the time. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, who would you like to dress? An opportunity to dress anybody. Who would be someone that you'd love to dress?
When I just started, we came up with the bubbles. I wanted to dress Lady Gaga because she was the most,
Oh,
advantageous and the most out there
right.
celebrity.
Yeah, because you wore a meat suit. Remember that meat suit?
Yeah. So then, right now, I would really would love to two names. For some reason, the musicians are coming to my mind. Maybe because of it's another form of art, and I always pay to attention, like extra attention to the soundtrack to my runway shows. So I see that, music, sound, and colors and shape. So I would love to dress Bjork
Mm.
or Chaperon.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, put it out there in the universe. Okay. We're
I had honor, I would say, to dress this New York-based artist Lachi. She's a singer, she's disabled, she is legally blind, and she was actually walking my New York fashion show.
Oh, wow. Wow. What a gift. What a gift. Now, finding models. There was a time that models had to be what they called heroin chic. They were a minus zero. And they were putting, you wouldn't think that models would be under that kind of stress, but they were under tremendous amount of stress uh, to look a certain way. And their face would be so gaunt. That's another question I want to ask you. Why don't models ever smile? I mean, they're supposed to be statuesque, but they always look so, I don't know, unhappy. You're supposed to be focusing on the clothes and the attire, but they never seem to be happy about what they're doing. They look mechanical, robotic.
Uh, I don't know, it's just that is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This is opinion. But my opinion is that the runway show they started in 19th century, and there was the main tool to sell clothes to high society. And we are 2 centuries later, and it's still the same concept that when you do a runway show, it's just, you are the walking hanger. That was the main attitude. I know in Paris, and everybody's watching Paris and what they are doing. So they do not want the model's personality, say, to overshadow the design. It's
Well, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Again, you are the walking hanger. That's a beautiful analogy. So now I have a better appreciation for that very stoic look that they have, and now they are being more giving and forgiving of plus size models.
yeah.
Just because you're a plus size model, baby, you still need to be curvy. You got to be able to have that plus in the right place, because you're a walking hanger. And I noticed that some lingerie companies really got hammered by that. And they decided to, oh, you know what? Yeah, because big girls like me, we want to be sexy too. And that doesn't mean that, you can't accommodate. And everything is not stopping at a size 8 or a size 10. There are beautiful, big, curvy women.
Yeah.
So let's ask you some fun questions. If you could do anything else outside of being a fashion designer, what would you like to do?
Actually, I would love to be a graffiti artist.
Really? When we went to Europe, we call it tagging. Uh, but there is well, Chris Brown is an amazing graffiti artist. And you look at that and you see in Europe that they have it strategically placed throughout the cities where they really allow the artists to express themselves and be free and have their creative design there. So why graffiti artists?
I don't know. I like painting. Like those are my
Really?
artwork.
Oh, wow.
Um, I have fine art education, so I don't know, I like colors. I like when sometimes I have to spray something, you know.
Hmm.
Sometimes there are some designs where I apply the spray paint and I loved it. I'm absolutely love it.
Wow. Well, that might be another zone of genius that you might be able to expand on. If you were an appliance in the kitchen, Dovile, what appliance would you be?
Absolutely the fancy coffee making machine.
You want to be an espresso machine?
Espresso machine.
That would be good. That would be good. I think I would probably be the hand whisk because I want it light and fluffy, and I want to keep moving. I want to keep moving. Do you ever get the little snarky jokes about Coretta Deville and your name being Deville from the Disney character?
Very rarely, very rarely. People, I guess, when I'm with the models and everything, probably there's some level of respect. Maybe they are talking between them.
Mm,
So it's just a quite a few people are just like, "Hmm." I think I noticed myself, that and actually I will correct you that my name pronounced in Lithuanian Dovile.
Dovila.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So then I'll get that right. So now
Yeah.
we call you Dovila. Um, so if you could be a flower in the garden, what flower would you be?
Hmm. I have two favorite flowers, rose and irises.
Oh,
So it depends, Sometimes I feel like an iris very sophisticated and that the purple iris is my favorite, not the white one.
hmm,
So you can see a little bit of yellow here and all those forms. And it's also irises were very popular during the Art Deco or
hmm,
Art Nouveau or Jugendstil, whatever you call that. But during that era, and it's my favorite
yeah.
because I cannot be a minimalist. I was trying.
Mhm.
I in art school I was successful, but it wasn't satisfying.
Oh, okay. And
So
and art, again, like fashion, is so subjective. You'll either love it, not understand it, or hate it,
yeah,
and then consistency is key.
yes,
Staying at the top of your game, it's hard. Have you ever designed shoes?
it's my dream because I love shoes. When I was in art school, my classmates were telling, we want to steal your shoes because you always have really, really special, very, very, we have no idea where you get your shoes, but
Wow. Yeah, shoes are very trendy too. And it's amazing on how many different designs and with artificial intelligence, with AI, I've been seeing some that I know that these shoes are not
no.
mass produced or mass marketed. But they are very trendy. So tell my brains how to get in contact with you, how to follow you, and how to purchase from you as well.
Right now, I am doing only e-commerce or come into my studio if you are in Chicagoland. But if you type in DoviArt fashion, because everywhere, my tag in Instagram, it's DOVIART.fashion. My website, the same, www.doviartfashion. When I saw that they are selling, when I was looking for my domain, and when I saw that there is this possibility to get your domain with that fashion, my brand is DoviArt Fashion, so I am taking it.
Right. Absolutely. Because they will get you, and then, you'll have someone that'll be a total imposter than what you're trying to put out. Well, thank you so much, Adobe, for being here with me on the edge again. I enjoy speaking to you because you're honest and you're on the cutting edge. And it's something that's a moving target. It's very subjective, but brains go in and take a look at some of her designs. Follow her. She's got a huge following on social media. People love you. They do. And don't give up. Don't give in because all you're going to do is win. Go in, brains. Love, like, share, and subscribe here on the edge. Love, like, share, and subscribe. Looking forward to talking to you again in the future. Okay?
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you for having me.
All right. Bye bye. Bye, brains.